Hello and welcome back to the Kentucky Central and Eastern Model Railroad. May 2nd, 2015 layout update. Not much work has been done since the last update. I have not had my knee surgery. That has now been postponed till further notice and probably won't happen until later on sometime this year. The only thing that basically have been done here in the last month is I had decided to start working in this corner on the scenery work on this end. And basically what I'm planning on doing is there will be one more layer here, and there will be a overpass that will shoot off at probably about a 45-degree angle, which will be a 2-lane highway. And then right in here, I'm planning on having a lake area right there. And one of these days, I'll make it over to Hobby Lobby and pick up some material to do the parking lot area. And then hopefully by then, I will be able to buy some scenery to purchase grass mat and grass from Woodlands Scenic and everything I need to make my tree. The plan is I am going to make my tree, and if you're not sure how to do that, there are many how-to videos out there on YouTube on how to make tree. The one I'm going to use is the method that Thomas from the Nashville and Eastern Model Railroad, his technique on how he makes tree, and that's pretty much how I'm going to do mine as well. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my new subscribers that have subscribed to my channel. And if you would like to subscribe and follow me along, please hop aboard. Also, a friendly reminder for those folks that have seen my layout update video in the past, I do have a Facebook page group for the Kentucky Central and Eastern Railroad. One thing that I had accomplished, I had a real good friend of mine that took this green car here that was an Rock Island car, and he weathered it up for me and re-lettered for me for the KCER, and also he did the recording mark for my railroad. And the recording mark for my railroad is going to be the KCER. And the reason why I did that, because there is another KCE, the Kansas City Eastern Railroad, and in the real world, if there's a railroad that has almost the same name, or possibly the same recording mark, out of respect towards the individual, I decided to put the R at the end on my recording mark. And that's one thing to keep in mind too. If you're doing a layout and you're modeling after a railroad, or you have your own pre-landscape layout, your own railroad that may not exist in real life, then you want to do recording mark, do some checking around, and sometimes you'll find there'll be another individual out there that may have the same, almost the same name, but not quite. So that's the recording mark for the KCER, would be the KCER. Also, as you can see, the yard is pretty much in, except for the far back track there, and still need to get the engine house put in, the track put in for the engine house, and that will come later on once I get some additional funds. But right now, all of the available fund is going towards my wife and I's new arrival, which will happen in August, and we are expecting a baby boy. So I am very thrilled and tickled to death on that one. I was asked a question about a month and a half ago on if you use foam board, do you really have to use court road bed? Now there are a lot of video out there that discuss that, and with my past experience of being a track inspector and been in this hobby for a long time, I'm going to try to take a stab at this to answer this question. The answer to that question is, you really don't have to unless you really want to. Now, if you're monitoring a mainline railroad, and as you notice, on the main line, they have a high profile on the ballot. And this is where you go to your hobby store and you pick up the court roadbed HO scale. Now, some individuals do short line. Now, of course, technically mine is a short line, but the story is that this used to be owned by a Class 1 railroad, and the railroad was sold off to a short line. And if you're doing strictly a short line, in the case of Thomas with the Nashville and Eastern Railroad, he used inch scale. And that did him a low profile look on his ballast and so forth, just for the roadbed. And for industrial track and so forth, you wouldn't necessarily use a quart, be more towards down just the scenery. But the main reason for the foam board is not really so much for sound purposes, it's really for the scenery. And especially when you get into planting trees and whatnot, instead of taking a drill bit and drill through the flower wood and do the other things to get the tree to stay put, foam really make it a lot simpler. Just take a small screwdriver, poke a hole in the foam, put a drop of white glue in there, plant the tree, and there you go. Saves a lot of time. Again, Thomas has a video where he talks how you make a tree, how he plants a tree, and once I get this video posted, I'll go in and do some editing, and I will find that particular video and I will provide the link to that, so you know how to do that and whatnot. So I figured to give you a short brief update on where I'm at. Things are coming right along, slowly but surely, and I probably will not do a layout update for June. The next one will probably come out sometime in July, and we'll just see how it goes. And if you're not a member of the Facebook Facebook page, hop aboard and you'll be able to follow me along there. I do post pictures on there kind of regular, just so you'll be able to just keep track and watch what I'm doing and so forth. Again, I thank for those that have subscribed to my channel, especially I'd like to thank Vinny for subscribing. Please subscribe. If you have any comments, suggestions, ideas, or negative feedback, hey, I'm cool with that. Please feel free to leave them down below in the comment box. If you have any questions and whatnot, I'll be glad to answer those to the best of my ability. If I do not have the answer, I will do my best to find that answer, or I will refer you to someone that will be able to help you to get you the answer that you're shooting for. Again, I thank you. Have a safe one, and have fun railroading.